Hi, everyone. I'm Grace Tennant. I am working with the Roaring Fork School District's Equity Steering Committee, and we are collecting stories from families in our communities and teachers and students. And here with me tonight, I have a friend who is willing to share her experience since the whole quarantine began. And I will let her introduce herself. Can you tell us your name, please?
Sure, Mary Elizabeth Geiger, and I'm a parent here in Glenwood Springs.
Okay, so Mary Elizabeth is sharing her perspective with us as a parent this evening. And so, Mary Elizabeth, can you describe for us what an average day looks like for you since this has all began?
Well, since the shelter at home began or since school started back?
I think either one is fine. I'd say maybe more since school started back.
Sure. Yeah. I will get up and sometimes I'll exercise early. If I don't, I have the kids get up at like 8. They're kind of on their own because one's a high schooler and one's a middle schooler. So I let them sort of set the times they needed to get up in order to get going with their stuff. And they tend to do school in the morning. That tends to be either when they have most office hours or for the high schooler's case, just that's when he prefers to do his work. And while they're doing that, I'm usually trying to get my work done. I do work. So this whole time I've been working at home, which is something I did before, but not with my children here. So, and then, so then we'll eat lunch. Everybody's kind of doing their thing. And then they usually get outside and do something in the afternoon. And I try to get back outside again, or for the first time if I haven't already. And then make dinner, and that's about it. My husband's still working at his office, so I'm the only adult home during the day.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. Do you want to share any other parts about not school related that come up for you about that happened during your daily life that might look a little different now?
Well, for sure the work part, working with my kids at home. Because I definitely get interrupted more. So setting boundaries is something that's, we've all been working on. But one of the good things too is we've been playing board games in the evenings, which is not something we used to do ever. Or watching a movie or something, but definitely a lot more meals together, which is really nice. And, the getting outside. I feel like we've been, all of us getting outside more than we did, when we had like a more set schedule, because the kids would have activities. I'm driving a lot less, obviously, which is nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that with me. My next question is, what is hard for you right now? And that can be.
Well, I think I just alluded to that. Is trying to balance getting my work done, and making sure the kids are happy and occupied, and whether that is doing something outside. We talk every day about video games and limiting those, but trying to also be mindful that that's one way that my high schooler connects with his friends, because they can get on and play together. And that's certainly something that has been difficult for everybody, is not having that human connection with friends. Family's great, but high schoolers and middle schoolers don't really want to hang out with their family all the time. So we have let them take walks with friends if they're, being social distancing, and, being outside again with just like 1 or 2 kids at a time. And that again is difficult, I think. So, and I've been struggling personally with that same issue of not seeing people.
Yeah, not seeing people in person.
In person, yes.
Yeah, got it.
Not seeing people in person. So I think that's definitely something that we've all been struggling with, and then struggling with how to make sure that you get some of that. And that means for, like I said, for me, relaxing some on the video games, trying to understand that perspective of that's a connection and not just screen time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then my final question, what's something that you're proud of?
Like I said, the coming up with other different things to do together as a family, but also the kids are really getting out a lot, and I'm proud of having found just some little ways for them to be able to see other people. And yeah, I mean, we're all struggling with not having a set, like a schedule that you can kind of count on. And so, that flows, but they've really all been getting better at going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
So anything else that you feel like you want to share with any of our stakeholders or community members?
I'd say just, remember, be mindful that everyone is struggling with I think the work and the childcare, not even childcare, but just, being in close quarters all the time. And that's, I don't think, unique to anyone, any one group. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Thank you, Mary Elizabeth Geiger. We appreciate
Thanks,
your time,
Grace.
your perspective. I'm going to stop recording.